Brendan Mortensen here from the PNC Digital Desk, presented by PNC Bank. Brilliantly boring since 1865. Orioles pick up a win. Here's Tony Mansolino.
Threw the ball great, yeah. I think we've seen signs of that here, through a few of the stars. We were in a situation in the past where we were kind of loaded up in the bullpen, and we were probably quick to kind of pull them out once trouble hit. Obviously with the trades and, the bullpen status right now, we don't have that luxury. So, he's going to get some run. He's going to get a chance to go in that scenario, and we let him go, and he threw the ball great. Got through that sixth pretty easy. I thought that, some of the traffic created early in the game, it was just kind of bad luck on batted balls a little bit. The ball bounces over Kobe's head. Tough luck. Bases get loaded up in that first inning. Jackson dives for the ball. Glove comes off. So, I didn't feel like they hit him that hard. I thought he handled himself incredibly well today against a good lineup.
Since you used Cano in the first game, did you think, Corbin Martin was going to save the game for you?
Oh, we had no idea. So we're just sitting there, and you guys probably understand why we use Kit in the eighth. You're going through 3, 4, 5. Same thing we did in Cleveland with Sir Anthony and the Soto situation there on that Sunday game. So, and you can kind of see they were thinking it a little bit too, how they used Hoffman right there. They used Hoff in the eighth inning, in the middle of our lineup. So, it worked out. Thank goodness.
How impressed were you with Corbin? The command obviously wasn't there, but second and third one out, and he really bear down.
Yeah, he did great. I mean, he's been through a lot in his career. You guys dig in and I'm sure read a story on what he's been through and kind of where he's been and how he's gotten to this point. It's a grown man out there. It's not a young kid standing on that mound for the first time. I mean, it's a grown man that's been through a lot, and you kind of, as a coach, you have a weird trust in that type of a maturity.
Anthony was only here a year, but just how big is what he brought to the bullpen before this past year for you?
Well, obviously the performance stands out for itself, and we think he got better here too. We think our pitching staff or our pitching group helped him, so that's important to point out. But I think what people don't know about Sir Anthony, he's an incredible dude. It's a leader, amongst the Latin players, the American players. It's a really, really smart, intelligent baseball person. He watches baseball all night, every night. That's all he does. He's fair. He's fair. He's reasonable. He's here for the team. I mean, Toronto, they struck gold on him. I mean, we're going to really miss him. We'd love to see him back here in 2026 if he'd want to come back. He's a guy we are very fond of.
That's all here from the PNC Digital Desk, presented by PNC Bank. Brilliantly boring since 1865.